Hi YouTube, how are you going? Chef Ricky here at Chef Tips UK, and today we're doing a personal favourite of mine, triple chocolate brownies. I love them, I love them. You can tell I love them. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is got the oven on I think about gas mark 6, gas mark 5. That's preheated. I've got a pan of water, it's just come to the simmer now. And I'll just give you a little talk through the ingredients. We want 3 eggs, 275 grams of sugar, 185 grams of dark chocolate, 185 grams of butter, 40 grams of cocoa powder, 85 grams of plain flour, and I've got some chopped milk chocolate and white chocolate here. I've got 50 grams of each. I'll go through them a bit more once I'm making the dish, but let's get started. So, simmering water, just going to turn that down so it's on a nice low temperature. Into there we're going to go 185 grams of chocolate, 185 grams diced butter. Dice the butter up because it helps it melts it quicker and more evenly. I've also broke all the chocolate up into little nice chunks, into sort of like the Paris chunks. As soon as that's hit there, look, that's started melting nicely. It's probably half melted because it's red hot today. Roasting in here today. So yeah, I've been having a sweat on. Right, got a little baking tray here. Grease-proof paper, I've already cut it in that. We're just going to whack some butter around our fingers. One thing, just make sure you wash your hands before you start this. Just going to lightly grease the tray with a bit of butter. Just like that, be generous, get it around the sides. No messing around, just splash that all on. Beautiful, beautiful. Grease-proof paper on, suck it in. If you noticed here, I've actually got a knife and I've cut up where the angle of the tray is, just so it fits in a bit better. So it goes into them edges nice and easily. A little bit more butter on them hands. Spread it in. Get it nice and firm onto the tray. Just like that, look. Beautiful. I mean, that ain't going anywhere, look. That's defying gravity, that one. Right, hands wash. Right, so we're going to come back to this chocolate mixture. Oh, beautiful. Chocolate and butter, could it get any more unhealthy? It's nice, really nice. So we're just going to keep stirring that. I'm just going to turn the heat off now. Now it's almost melted. I'm just going to keep that, turn the heat off, but obviously that water is still warm, and we're just going to sort of give that a little stir and get rid of that. Right, next job, eggs. We've got 3 eggs, we've got 275 grams of caster sugar there. Just going to break these eggs into the bowl. Really easy if you got a load of metal bowls, because eggs break lovely on metal bowls, but I haven't. So I've got these horrible plastic ones, but they still do the job. So we've got 3 eggs. If you want to use an electric whisk, it's so much easier. I'm deciding to punish myself a little bit and just do it by hand. I'm going to give them little eggs a mix up, and then we're just going to get straight in there. 275 grams of sugar. Because, you know, I was thinking this dish is sounding quite healthy. Chocolate, butter, nah. We need loads of sugar. So we're going to whisk this for ages. Probably for about 10 minutes. That's what I say, if you've got an electric whisk, get that in. I'm kind of feeling like I need a workout today, so I'm going to whisk it. This chocolate is almost, I mean, I don't know if you can see that in there. But that chocolate is almost completely melted. It's just melted away lovely in there. I'm just going to keep that on there for a couple more minutes whilst I whisk in these eggs. I'm probably going to cut out and not show you me whisking eggs for about 35 minutes by hand. But what we will do is just, we're going to take that off. Now that's all melted now. We're going to dispose of this pan. We don't need that now. And The idea of this, you want it to leave it to cool down a bit before we're going to add it into the mixture. So leave that to cool whilst you're whisking your eggs. 3 days that's took. 3 days. I'm not even kidding. Nah. Right, so after whisking with your electric whisk, you should get this nice, thick, creamy consistency. That's what you're looking for. It means it's got loads of air in that there. So now, I'll take that to the side and we'll have a look at this. Still feels a little bit too warm. So we're going to just pop that there. We're going to move on to another stage, which is 40 grams of cocoa powder, 85 grams of plain flour. I've got a little bowl here, I've got a sieve, and I'm just going to sieve these. Just sieving it gives it a finer texture. It means your mixture, when you've done it, is going to be less lumpy. So I'm just going to grab a spoon there, and using the back of a spoon, I'm just going to press that all in. I'll put this here so you get a better view. It don't take long to go through, not long at all, and you're just sort of scraping it with the back of a spoon, moving it round. You can obviously just, you know, you can sort of like do this. I prefer just to get the spoon in there, get the job done. Boom. Easy. So we've got that nice little, just going to give that a little stir. Got that silver cocoa mixture there. Right, back to our eggs and our chocolate. Still quite warm. So what we're going to do is just wait till this chocolate's cooled down a bit, and then we're going to add it to it. Right, so what I've had to do with this is I just filled the sink up with cold water, dropped the bowl in, and just stirred it round in there for a bit, and it's cooled it right down. So I think we're good to go. So what we're going to do now is just fold in this egg mixture into the cooled chocolate with a spatula. Really important to use a spatula. Just give this another little whisk up. Then what we're going to do is just drop a bit in there and just sort of give it a nice little light turn, incorporating all the eggs in with the with the chocolate. I like to go about 3 stages. So first stage, second stage, third, and you just sort of getting from around the side, scraping, folding it back in. You want to be really careful with the mixtures. You don't want to knock any air out of it. Well, air is going to get knocked out of it, but you want to try and keep as much air in there as possible. And then we go the final, and we just scrape it of that straight into there. Get rid of that, and then just going to carry on folding it through, coming down the middle, cutting it across, and just being really delicate, turning the bowl. We're sort of getting the bowl and the spatula, getting the spatula right in the edge, and we're sort of turning them together, folding it over the top. Just really trying to incorporate all that mixture together, all that sort of light, airy, it's almost moussey at the minute. I mean, I don't know if you can see that there. Still not quite fully incorporated in. So we're just going to give it a few more turns, and then we're going to drop the flour in, bit by bit as well. Bit by bit, slowly incorporating that flour. I'm giving it a nice thickening up. It's going a really nice dark chocolatey colour now. A little bit more of that in. sort of like really gooey brownie now. Starting to look something like that. But yeah, when you're doing this, just as patient as you can, sort of just being as delicate with it as you can and not sort of rushing it. You don't want to rush doing it because you want a nice light gooey brownie. And as you can see there, that's almost all done. Tip the bowl if you want, tip it, use the bowl to your advantage. So you're sort of tipping it, letting the mixture come to you. Really making sure that all that egg and chocolate and the flour and cocoa mix is all incorporated really nicely. Being delicate with it, gently folding it. And now, what we're going to do, because these are triple chocolate brownies. These are chopped chocolate. I mean, I've just chopped this into sort of, if you look there, just sort of nice little cubes. You know, it's going to melt a little bit when it's cooking in the oven, but then when it's cooled down, they'll sort of like come back together. So you'll get these lovely little bites of bursts, little bursts of chocolateness, some really sweet milk chocolate. Really lovely white chocolate, and that is good to go. We're just gonna lay that in that baking tray there. You don't really need a deep baking tray. I mean, I'm using quite a shallow one here, and then what we're gonna do is just sort of delicately pat out that mixture. Being quite sort of tender with the brownie mix. Really getting it there. Got a little bit more left in here. Get that spatula in there. Scrape up all that, the rest of it. Get that in. What you can also do as well, grab yourself a spoon and just spoon that bit off there. Oh, look at that. I'm getting a spoon in that bowl after this. Definitely getting a spoon in that bowl. The cameraman's looking at me. She's giving me the eye. Right, so the oven's already on still. Gas mark between sort of 5 and 6. Middle shelving. Bang. We're going to cook that for about 20 minutes. I'm just going to hide this from my girlfriend who's currently recording. No, you're not having any. Right, so it's been in for about 20 minutes now. I've had a little check, and look at that. What you want to do is give it a shake, give it a little shake, and it shouldn't really wobble. Nice little crispy top on there, look. Bang, that's looking lovely if I must say so. So what we want to do now, just let that cool. Please just don't try and get it out now, it will just fall apart. What you want to let this do is just completely cool before you portion it up. So, we're just going to end it there for now. I'm going to leave this to cool down. And yeah, one thing I will mention, just for you more novice people out there, if you put something in the oven, it's going to come out hot. I'll just use a little tea towel, use oven gloves. The tray will be hot, so obviously just be careful. Some really amateur advice for you there. Then yeah, we'll wait, let this cool down, we'll portion it up, and I'll eat a piece for you. Right, so we've just left this for about half hour just to cool down a bit. We'll take it out, portion it up. When you're taking it out, just be kind of careful. I'll kind of just lift this side up with the paper, grab this bit by the tray, and sort of just ease it out. It's come out really nice and easy because we've buttered that up. Set the fold sides of the paper down. Bit there that's stuck, that's alright. And then, just going to get a knife, get the tap on. Just going to rinse it under the hot tap for a little bit. You can just like boil up some water, get it in a jug. That's probably the more effective way of doing it. Shake that water off. And then from about here, so what we'll do, we'll cut along there. We'll cut a nice little bit out here to show you. Look at that. We'll just move this to the side. Like there. Bring this just on here for now. Look at that. I mean, that looks really nice and moist. What I like to do really is all the edges of the brownie, I'll trim them off, just so that, well, especially in a restaurant sort of situation, I'd say I'd trim that edge off there, and then I'd just serve a portion about that big. We'll just get that into some pieces there. I mean, it's still a little bit warm. Look how gooey that is. I don't know if you can see in there. Really nice and gooey, nice little crispy top. Whoa. Oh, that is heaven. That is heaven. It's probably about 3,000 calories a slice. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And drop in the comments below what you'd like to see me cook next. You can do loads of different variations of this brownie. Really simple, you can add different flavours to it. If you want to see me do any of them different flavours, just let me know. I'm just going to enjoy this. Oh yeah. And until next time, keep on chefing. That brownie is so nice. You need to cook that. Cook that for someone and they will love you forever. Keep on chefing.